Time to move? Skip the hassles of selling during the holiday season and sell your home directly to Opendoor. Request an all-cash offer in minutes, close, and get paid in days. You can even pick your close date so you can move after New Year's. Start your move at Opendoor.com or download the Opendoor app. Opendoor is represented by Opendoor Brokerage Inc., license 02061130 in California, and Opendoor Brokerage LLC in its other markets. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday, December 6th, 2024. Getaway day. We're bringing on another listener to take the weekly quiz in the second segment. First, let's talk about the Artemis program, an anti-vaping measure, and Batman. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. NASA is pushing back the Artemis program schedule for several months. That is, as they say, part of the game. Now, the issue is with the protective coating on the Orion capsule during the Artemis 1 mission 2 years ago, when an uncrewed capsule orbited the moon. An investigation over the abnormalities in that protective coating just ended. Now the timeline looks like this. Artemis 2, with a crew orbiting the moon, slides from September 2025 to April 2026. And Artemis 3, which is expected to land humans on the moon, moves back from September 2026 to mid-2027. Now, that Artemis 3 will be the first time folks have stepped on the lunar surface since 1972. And it's important to NASA that it doesn't fall much more behind, considering that China has plans to land on the moon by 2030. AL.com's John R. Roby reports that according to Marshall Space Flight Center, the delay won't negatively affect work that's being done on the Artemis program in Huntsville. A spokesperson said Marshall's work for Artemis 2's rocket is nearing completion. We may see another legislative push similar to the anti-vaping measure that came up short earlier this year, reports AL.com's Heather Gann. The bill would regulate vape sales and direct the State Board of Education to create a vaping awareness and prevention program for K-12 schools. It would ban the sale of vaping products in vending machines and self-service displays that those under 21 can access, and it would require a state permit for each location that sells vaping products. Support for the measure is led by State Representative Barbara Drummond, a Mobile Democrat, along with other House Democrats. The CDC, meanwhile, is critical of having the Board of Education establish penalties for students who are caught vaping. Now, it's argued for taking a different tack that would include comprehensive smoke-free laws, tobacco price increases, and media campaigns. Now, a concern by health organizations is that a crackdown on vaping could push young people back toward tobacco products. An Alabama native was almost the original big-screen Batman instead of Michael Keaton, reports AL.com's Kelly Kasich. Michael Bain was born in Anniston and later moved to Nebraska before his prolific Hollywood career. He was Kyle Reese in The Terminator and also had roles in Aliens and The Abyss, but on this show, we know him best as Johnny Ringo in 1993's Tombstone. The scenes in that with Bane's Ringo and Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday were next level for Western showdowns. Well, on the podcast Just Fooling About with Michael Bain, y'all get that, the actor recently said that he had met with Tim Burton, the director of Batman, about the Batman role, and it seemed to go really well. Now listen to this part and imagine it. Burton was considering pairing Bane as Batman opposite Robin Williams as Joker, which is very interesting. History knows that those parts went to Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Let's take a quick ad break so we can keep the furnace on. It's been bone chilling around here. Then we'll be back with the Alabama News Quiz. Y'all stay with us.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means? It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop Amazon for all your gifting needs.
This is an ad from BetterHelp. This holiday season, do something for a special person in your life. You. Give yourself the gift of better mental health. BetterHelp Online Therapy connects you with a qualified therapist via phone, video, or live chat. It's convenient and affordable and can be done from the comfort of your own home. Having someone to talk to is truly a gift, especially during the holidays. Visit BetterHelp.com to learn more and save 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com.
Well, thanks everybody out there for staying with us. It's Friday, and we're going to do another quiz today. We have in the virtual studio another listener, Shannon Layton. Welcome to the studio, Shannon. How you doing?
Thanks. I'm doing great. Great to be here.
Where are you in Alabama, if you're in Alabama at all? I know we have a lot of folks from out of state call in.
Oh, I'm actually here. I'm in Alabama. I'm in Hoover, Alabama.
All right. Well, what is it that you do in Hoover, Alabama?
Well, I teach nursing. I teach graduate nursing students, and that's primarily what I do. And I'm a commander with the American Legion down in Alabaster,
Okay.
and just hang out, serve my community.
Where do you teach?
I teach UAB.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, this is some vital work, educating nurses at UAB. We think of UAB nurses, right? And you're in the middle. You're cranking them out down there.
We're trying. We got some catching up to do. We got a little bit of a workforce shortage, but y'all keep sending them, and we'll keep educating them.
That sounds good because we need them. Well, and let me ask you this question. For years, people will compare their workplaces or their travel or whatever to like pre 9/11 and post 9/11. And I guess the folks during the Depression probably had a similar thing. But now we have pre and post pandemic, right? Has it affected the way nursing students prepare for their careers?
The pandemic.
Yeah.
I don't think that the pandemic really has affected the way they prepare for their career.
Okay.
I think that it's really it's made people really ask themselves like why they're doing what they're doing. I think a lot of us, during I was on the front lines of the pandemic. I volunteered for a couple of our surges, and I was a fellow at the VA at the time as well, and so got called in on federal orders for that. And when you're there and you can't go home and you're the front line taking care of patients, and it could kill you. And we did lose nurses. We lost everybody. We lost providers as well. You really ask yourself, do I really want to be doing this? And so, and then if you're also trying to, I teach graduate school. So a lot of my nurses, they were on the front lines and they were coming back to graduate school and they were just worn out. And so it does change how you have to prioritize your life and your studies. And I just feel so grateful that so many of them not only like nursed through the pandemic, but they've invested in, on top of that, continuing to go back to school, because that's very taxing as well. I think nursing school is one of the hardest things you can ever do.
Yeah, I know folks who've finished nursing school, and it's wow, it's a moment to celebrate. I almost want to compare. I mean, it's not the same thing, but a little closer to enlisting in the military, right? I mean, now we know what the war looks like in nursing, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think healthcare has forever changed. I feel fortunate. I've got a daughter who just had a baby, and she's up in Virginia. And I've seen the health system, in Virginia. I've seen it in different places, and I feel like what we have intact here in Alabama, I'm just very grateful that we have the resources that we have, and we have the competent staff that we have, and I feel very proud to be an Alabamian.
Well, yeah. Well, God bless you for what you do, and congratulations. Is that your first on the grandchild?
No, that's actually, it's our fifth grandchild, and we actually just had two within about 2 months of each other. So one in September and then one in October. So we're cranking them out.
That's fun times. All right. Well, we couldn't schedule you to come on right away when we made contact with you to do the quiz because you were out of town representing Alabama at an event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, sure. So this last year, I was Miss Alabama World 50s, and I was part of the Miss Senior World pageant. There were three of us from Alabama. Our Miss Senior Alabama 60s was Kathy Pamel, and then we had our Miss Super Senior Alabama, and I'm blanking on her name. Pauline Von Murphy.
Okay.
And we were all down at the Miss Senior World pageant, and Alabama did pretty well. We didn't win it all, but Pauline Von Murphy, she placed third in the 70s division, and then
Okay.
Kathy Pamel took home the Career Achievement Award, and then I placed third for the 50s division, and also got a Patriotism Award. So.
Oh, well,
We did.
congratulations. That's great.
Yeah, we were the only state that across the board we had a finalist or an awardee. So
Okay. I'm balking a little bit at 50s and senior, but it used to be. I don't feel like it is anymore, but we embrace it anyway, right?
yeah, I know. I've kind of been functioning in denial. They say you're actually the age you are in your head, and I still feel like I'm in my 30s. But yes, I'm definitely, and then having the two grandkids back to back, it's just like really hammering it home. But I did, I did have one positive thing happen. I went to go square dancing at the senior center in Shelby County, and they carded me, and they wouldn't let me in. And so that's like my favorite place on earth now is the Shelby County Senior Center, because you have to be exactly 55. And if you are even a month under, they're not going to let you in. So
And you got carded.
I did.
I mean, we remember being on the beach during spring break. I swear to God, I'm 21. And now I swear to God, I'm 55.
I know that's so for my 55th birthday, I'm going to go back down there and I'm going to present my ID.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Are you ready to take a quiz?
Sure. Absolutely.
People have been on me about the quiz being too easy or people doing too well on it. We'll see what we can do this week. I did bring a buzzer just in case to be official.
Okay.
So we're gonna put that right here. Let's go into number one. The last remaining open business at Brookwood Village Mall recently announced its closure, meaning there are 0 tenants left at the site. What was that final business? Was it Milo's, Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, or Jitney Jungle?
Well, I know it's Five Guys because that I like to eat there. So it's Five Guys.
Very good. Very good. Yes, I have eaten at that Five Guys before. Question number 2. This one's a little less greasy. According to a recent study, which Alabama airport's flights have the highest average fare? Or, the most expensive to fly out of on average. A, Birmingham Shuttlesworth International, B, Huntsville International, C, Montgomery Regional, or D, Smut Eye Field?
Um, okay, I know it's not Birmingham, and um, I'm gonna say Huntsville because I don't remember Montgomery. So process of elimination. I'm going Huntsville. Yay!
Well done. My guess is that Huntsville being international, that will raise the average fare, and some of these airports that don't have as many long flights maybe sneak in
Yeah,
underneath. So Huntsville's in that area where it's not Atlanta where you can go
yeah.
through fairly cheaply because of the quantity. But anyway, that's just my
Oh yeah.
analysis.
Well, they say if you don't know the answer to a question, always pick C. And see, if I would have done that, I would have been wrong. So
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
good test taking tip. Don't listen to
Right.
that.
Don't listen to that,
Okay.
especially when the person who makes the quiz doesn't really do anything with a rhyme or reason.
Okay.
Number, I got them out of order. That was number 3. Let's do number 2. The Alabama Senate Republican caucus recently elected a president pro tem to replace Greg Reed. If the full Senate confirms the selection at the beginning of next year's legislative session, who will fill that role? Who did the caucus elect? Was it Garland Gudger of Coleman, Steve Livingston of Scottsboro, Gerald Allen of Tuscaloosa, or Bill Bubba Bussey of Jacksonville? We're getting in some X's and O's here.
Oh, I I would hope it would be the person named Bubba, but I doubt it. But no, I think Garland Gudger. Is that who you say? Garland Gudger. Was it Garland Gudger? Coleman? Okay, good. Yay.
Yes, well done. Garland Gudger of Coleman. Um,
It would be awesome if it was a Bubba.
that's 3 for 3 so far. Let's see. We
Okay.
got 2 more left, so maybe there'll be a Bubba that turns up in something.
Okay. All
There's
right.
always a chance. All right, question number 4. 3 former University of Alabama athletics directors have died this year who passed away this month. Was it Steve Sloan, Hootie Ingram, Bill Battle, or Wallace Wade?
I honestly don't know this one. Okay, so can you say the answers again? I'm gonna have to see if my subconscious maybe will remember.
Well, what makes this difficult is 3 have passed away this year, which is what a coincidence there.
Yeah.
But A, Steve Sloan, B, Hootie Ingram, C, Bill Battle, or D, Wallace Wade.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the C. I'm gonna go with the Bill Battle. I don't know why. I just picked that one. I got it right.
You got it right.
Yeah, I just went with what my subconscious was attracted to.
Well, it occurs to me that except for Wallace Wade, who is back in the 30s or whenever, that
Uh-huh.
the other 3 are in order of how they passed away in the news. So maybe that
Oh,
clicked in the third of the 3. I don't know.
maybe. I have a confession to make though. I've graduated from Alabama twice. I've never been to a football game. Ever.
Never been to a
Ever.
football game. Got to go to a college
So
football game and a NASCAR race.
I know. I've been to a NASCAR race. I got to do that as Miss Senior Alabama.
Oh,
But yeah, I definitely need to go to a football game. I keep saying I'm going to go, and I keep procrastinating, but I'm terrible. So if you want to beat me at the quiz, you can ask me another athletic question.
now some people will get me. Actually, yeah. Hold on to that thought for a second. First, I'm going to say something to get in trouble with some people. Um, most sports, better on TV.
Uh-huh.
I feel that way about college football, but I have to go once in every great while, to get that whole experience.
I've been to other football games like A&M, Florida State. I've actually been to an Auburn game because my dad played baseball there, but I have not been to an Alabama game. So I've got to go.
Yeah. Put it on the calendar. All right. Question number 5. You said that we could beat you if it involves athletics. Indoor franchises are planned for at least Huntsville and Birmingham for this popular rec sport. Is it soccer, pickleball, shuffleboard, or cornhole?
Okay, I know this one because it's pickleball. Because from Alabama. I moved from Alabama to Seattle when I was 10 years old, and they've been playing pickleball up there since 1980. I mean,
Really?
we all played it all the time, and I had never even heard of it. And it's so funny because it's 2025 almost, and now it's popular in Alabama. And they've been playing it up in Washington State for all these years. And I kept calling it a wiffle ball. And so they
Right.
didn't know what's a wiffle ball? I'm like, this. What you play pickleball with?
So it is an invasion.
Yes, it's a northern invasion.
I could go for wiffle ball. Now we could do that all day long. Shannon, congratulations. You aced this quiz. You knocked it out of the park and you guessed on 2, I think.
Definitely one for sure. Yeah, I did. Because, well, I could not remember Huntsville for sure. So I guessed on 2. So
Okay. Well, yeah. Well done. I mean, and that's the thing is, when you know Alabama and you know the news and the trends, you can make those educated guesses even if you didn't read the headline. Well, thanks so much for coming on and doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And I hope you keep your podcast for a long time. It's the highlight of our day.
Well, thank you very much.
Wake up every morning. First thing we listen to, we tell Alexa to play our flash briefing in down in Alabama with Icon.
I appreciate that so much. And if anybody else out there wants to put their name in to take the quiz, we have a few scheduled out, but send me an email at imorgan@al.com. Put quiz in the subject line, and that's kind of all you need to do. We'll draw names out of a hat. And thanks everybody for listening to us. We're going to be back here early Monday morning. Until then, as always, y'all come by and see us anytime you want to on the World Wide Web at al.com.